Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Mike Lansing Field as we get set for our second home series here in Casper. Your Casper Spuds are ready to take on the visiting Nebraska Prospects on this cloudy Tuesday evening. The boys, coming off of a series win last weekend, dropping the opening night game on Friday and bouncing back on Sunday to win a doubleheader, beating the visiting Oahe Zap in that one, as the Spuds head to Game 4 here with a 2-1 record. And this is the Nebraska Prospects' first game of the season, as they are a team that has been implemented into the ILB to help balance the schedule. They only travel, which is tough on these guys, but props to them for getting here after a 9-hour bus ride, stretching those legs, taking some BP, and getting ready to play ball here at Mike Lansing Field. As we get set, going to give you the visiting Nebraska Prospects starting lineup. Leading it off for the Prospects is number 94, the right fielder, Jacob Perrin. Out in center, batting in the 2-hole, is number 91, Alex Wilhelm. Out in left is number 83, Avery Moore. Catching today for the Prospects, batting in the cleanup spot, is number 93, Corey Kozad. Batting sixth, playing third, is going to be number 80, Finn Hochstein. Over at first, batting seventh, is number 2, Aiden Martin. DHing today for the Prospects is number 86, Elijah Russell. Batting eighth, the second baseman, number 60, Ripken Fleck. And rounding out the order for the visiting Prospects is number 14, the shortstop, Keegan Stobie. On the mound today for the visiting team is number 11, Ben Ayala. And this Prospects team is led by their head coach, Gabe Shemwell. As we get set, we've had our ceremonial first pitch. We've determined the beer batter in today's game. On the field, it was called to be the 6-hole hitter, meaning it would be Aiden Martin. But it was announced that it was going to be Finn Hochstein, the 5-hole hitter, so we'll see what we decide on that one. I'll get you more info as it comes in. But as we get set to play some ball here in Casper, let us run through the starting lineup for your Casper Spuds. Leading it off is the man who has led off all 3 games so far this year for the Casper Spuds, the 3-time returner, number 24, Elijah Reeves. He's going to be out in center field again today as well. Batting second is going to be the first baseman, number 30, Cody Clausius. I believe making his first start here for the Casper Spuds. Apologies if that is incorrect. Caught myself already here early on in the broadcast. Cody Clausius DH'd in Game 3, Game 2 of the doubleheader on Sunday. Batting third is the third baseman tonight. His first time over at third this season, number 22, Cale McCarville. He's been getting comfortable over there at first base so far, but getting a little action tonight at third as Hunter Billingsley gets the night off. DHing for your Casper Spuds is number 17, Stone Vasic, who clobbered a homer on Sunday, the first home run of the Spuds season, getting the DH nod from head coach Will Iannaccone. As we jump to the 5-hole hitter, it's going to be the catcher, number 29, Parker Burt, returning after having a couple games off there on Sunday, not playing in either of the doubleheaders. Batting 6th is our right fielder today, number 9, Cannon Billingsley, the man from Chino Hills, California. Batting 7th is a familiar face, starting to get familiar here in Casper. So far, the everyday shortstop for your Casper Spuds, number 2, Andrew Witt. Batting 8th, a local Casper kid, number 10, Brett Gifford. He's going to be out in left. And rounding out the order, the man who has been at second base every day so far this season, number 13, Caden Wilcox. As our PA gets set to announce lineups in the stadium, we're going to take a quick pause. We'll be right back with the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, we got one here.
Ain't got time to be checking on these fools. Ain't got time to be hating on you dudes. I ain't got time, ayy. 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 I ain't got time to be worried about what you be doing. I ain't got time to be worried if you win or losing. Nah, I ain't got time, yeah. 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 I woke up this morning 5:30. I had to get this money if I had to start working. Everybody's pockets, they ain't hurting, but mine they keep expanding. I keep splurging on these fools for real.
As we're back here at Mike Lansing Field, got some confirmation on the beer batter of the game. It is going to be the 6-hole hitter, Aiden Martin, number 2. As we announce lineups in stadium for your Casper Spuds. As I've mentioned already, the Spuds coming off of a big series win, winning both games on Sunday in that doubleheader. So far this season, your leaders in average for the Spuds, Stone Vasic, 6 ABs, 4 hits. That's good for 667 on the year. As I mentioned, the first home run of the season for your Casper Spuds. Elijah Reeves in 8 at-bats, has 4 hits, good for 500 on the season. Elijah last year led the ILB in batting average at the end of the year, hitting .397 on the season. Just an absurd year from our center fielder. He, among many, having a great year. I promise I'm going to get it one of these games. Before I went to break, forgot to mention our starter on the mound, and how could I? As it's the ace, number 34, Ty Volmar, stepping on the mound again after struggling in Friday night's contest. As we are going to pause for the singing of our national anthem.
Tonight she will be singing the national anthem. Please rise if you're able to and remove cover. Oh, say, can you see right under the light what so proudly this godly string, and like its emblem, that is
The singing of our national anthem, done by concession stand manager's daughter, Mitzi. She doing a great job on this cloudy, windy Tuesday evening. Back to Ty Volmer, the man on the mound for your Casper Spuds. His first start of the season didn't go according to plan, only getting through an inning and 2/3 before Coach Will Iannacone had to go to the pen. But Volmer, who had an amazing year last year, looking to get right back on track and get himself in the win column for the first time this season. Ty Volmer had a 2.12 ERA last season in the ILB. That was good enough for second in the league. He led the league in 7 wins. As he's looking for a bit of a redemption start here, he has his catcher in Parker Burt as well back on the at the plate, excuse me. Other leaders in batting for the Spuds, Cale McCarville with 2 doubles so far this season, hitting .429 on the year. As we get set for ball here, leading off for the visiting Nebraska Prospects is going to be number 94, Jacob Perrin, the right fielder, as Volmer pumps in strike 1. And the ball game's underway here at Mike Lansing Field. Volmer working quickly here as the curveball gets away from him. It's going to be a little high, and the count is 1-1. Perrin, the man at the dish, goes to Southeast Community College in Lincoln, Nebraska. As Vollmer pumps in another fastball, and that's going to be strike 2. Perrin hails from Bellevue, Nebraska. As Vollmer's set, and here's the payoff. That one's going to be chopped to McCarville at third. He's going to sling it over to Clausius, and it's going to skip away. As Cannon Billingsley, the right fielder, is on to hold Perrin at second. But unfortunately, the error for the Spuds is going to cost Vollmer. And we have a runner on early in this ball game. Now batting is going to be the lefty, number 91, Alex Wilhelm, the center fielder. Wilhelm, teammates with our Elijah Reeves at Emporia State University. As Volmar is going to miss low and away for ball 1. Volmar, excuse me. Wilhelm is from Lincoln, Nebraska. You're going to notice with these prospects team, a lot of the players from the state of Nebraska, as that one's also going to miss low and away for ball 2. Vollmer keeping an eye on Perrin over there at second, and he's going to throw over, and it's going to get away from Andrew Witt as Reeves comes up firing, and he flips, and that one's going to get away from McCarville as Vollmer ends up getting the ball back. Probably no reason to check on the runner there. I don't think Witt was expecting it. And another error here for the Spuds that's too early on in this one is going to send Perrin over to third. As Vollmer resets and tries to get on track here. That one's going to be high, and the count is now 3-0. Vollmer gets a swing and a miss there on a great pitch, bringing the count to 3-1. Early on, the Spuds D looking a little rocky as that one's going to be fouled into the third base side netting. And the count has run full. The big righty set. And that one's going to be skied to Reeves. Should be deep enough to score the runner. He's going to come up firing as he usually does. Burt almost able to apply the tag. It would have been an amazing play. He doesn't hold on to it. And the Prospects are on the board early here. 1-0. But there is one down on the sacrifice fly by Wilhelm. As stepping up to the dish is the 3-hole hitter, number 83, Avery Moore. He's going to be playing left field for the Prospects. All 3 outfielders leading off the order for the Prospects, as that one is going to be pumped in there by Volmar for strike 1. Volmar set. And that one is going to be just a bit outside, and the count is 1-1. Moore is a senior at Purdue University, as he's going to take one high, and the count is now 2-1. The senior at Purdue is from Omaha, Nebraska. As that one is going to be high again. And another 3-1 count here for Volmar, as he's working quick. Here's the pitch. That one's going to be swung on and missed, and the count is now full. Moore at Purdue is majoring in kinesiology. As the payoff is going to be chopped, it's off Vollmer's glove to Wilcox at second. He's going to flip it on over to Clausius at first, and there's 2 down. Now batting is number 97, the catcher, Corey Kozad. The second player on this roster from Southeast Community College. Also from Omaha, Nebraska, as that one is going to drill Kozad on the first pitch. And another runner on here for the Prospects in the first. Quickly over to the 5-hole hitter, the third baseman, number 80, Finn Hochstein. Finn, another Nebraska native from Seward, Nebraska. Currently at Hutchinson Community College in Hutchinson, Kansas. As Vollmer's set, here's the pitch, and that one's going to be in there for strike 1. Volmar working with pace here in the first inning as the runner just gets a beautiful jump on him, and he's easily going to get in there at second. Vollmer not even checking on the runner at first, and it's going to bite him as he advances to second and is now in scoring position for the third baseman in Hochstein, as that one's going to be fouled off deep out over the first base side and out of play. The count is 1-2. That one's going to be outside. 2-2 now. As Volmar looking to get out of the inning without giving up any more runs. And that one is going to plunk the third baseman. Back-to-back hit batters for Volmar. As there seems to be some confusion, I'm not sure what the umpires are talking about here. That clearly tagged the third baseman, unless they're saying he swung. But in my eyes, the only reason he swung there was because the ball was coming right at him. Apparently, I'm going to need some clarification on what happened there as he fouls that one off. Again, same side, first base side, deep out of play. The count is apparently 1-2. And Volmar blessed with another chance here to get the third baseman. As the runner breaks for third, that one's going to be in there. Called strike 3. Hochstein down looking, and Volmar gets out of the inning. Only 1 earned. Could have been a lot worse, and the Spuds get a chance to bat here. Down 1 early on as we turn the page to the bottom of the first here at Mike Lansing Field.
So since my surgery, I've lost 75 pounds total. You don't always have to tell them why you look great, that you had surgery. You just let them know, you're doing great.
The goal of weight loss surgery is to allow patients to live their most fulfilling, healthy life possible.
I don't feel like I'm as exerted as I was before. My legs don't hurt. My back doesn't hurt like it did doing walks, playing golf. I feel great that I've got to where I am.
We're back here in the bottom of the first. Leading off for your Casper Spuds is the center fielder, number 24, Elijah Reeves. Elijah off to a hot start here this season, picking up right where he left off last year, as the Spuds look to spark some early offense after going down 1-0 in the top of the first. On the mound for the visitors, Ben Ayala, number 11, as his first pitch is going to be pumped in there for strike one. Ayala also from Southeast Community College, as Reeves is going to swing and miss on that one, and he's in an early 0-2 hole. Another Nebraska native from Elkhorn, Nebraska, is the man on the mound, as he delivers here in the 0-2 count, and that one's going to miss high and inside for ball one. The righty set, and Reeves is going to rip that one out to right, as Jacob Perrin is there to make the play. And we got one down here in the bottom of the first, as stepping up to the dish is the first baseman tonight, number 30, Cody Clausius. Clausius had a single and a walk here on Sunday, as that one's going to be blown away for ball one to him. The two-time returner here in Casper had a stellar year last season and came back for more, as Ayala on the mound delivers, and that one's going to be high, bringing the count to 2-0. Clausius from Landenberg, Pennsylvania, goes to Wilmington University. He's a big Red Sox fan, which I like up here in the booth, as the pitch is going to be inside, and he is in a beautiful hitter's count, number 30, sitting at 3-0 here early in this ball game, as Ayala delivers, and that one's going to be just in there for strike one. Clausius, his favorite player right now, Alex Bregman, the new Red Sox, as he chops that one to first. It's going to be in play. And Aiden Martin, the first baseman, is going to take it to the bag himself. And we quickly have two down here in the bottom of the first. As stepping up to the plate is the third baseman, number 22, Cale McCarville, the man out of Springfield, Missouri, by way of Fort Scott Community College. Swings at the first pitch he sees. It's going to be to the shortstop, and he's going to make the play. Stobie slinging it over to his first baseman, Martin. And quickly, the Spuds go 1-2-3 here in the bottom of the first, as Vollmer stomps back to the mound, looking to limit the damage here, as the Prospects lead early 1-0 as we turn to the second.
Craving comfort food anytime, day or night? Head to Denny's. America's Diner is always open. Whether it's pancakes at midnight, burgers for breakfast, or coffee to fuel your day, Denny's has you covered. With friendly service, affordable prices, and something for everyone, it's the perfect spot to gather, relax, and dig in. So why wait? Swing by Denny's today, where good food and great memories are always on the menu.
As we step back here in the top of the second, showing y'all the starting alignment for your Casper Spuds. As we get back to Mike Lansing Field, it's going to be number 2, Aiden Martin, who was confirmed as the beer batter of tonight's game, as Volmer misses high and outside for ball 1. Volmar, I apologize, needs to really start getting ahead of these hitters here, as that one looked like a strike. But Blue disagreed, and that's going to be 2-0 here to Martin, who is in on the last 2 outs in the bottom of the first for the Spuds, as that one is for sure a strike, and it's pumped in there, bringing the count to 2-1. Volmar, again, working quick here, as Parker Burt with a good frame job there. Probably a strike anyway. It's going to be 2-2 now. To the first baseman, Martin. And the payoff is going to be chopped into the backstop, keeping the count at 2-2. Martin, I was unable to get information on him, as there's too many Aiden Martins playing baseball. So I apologize to Aiden. Would love to talk to him at some point during this 4-game set, as that one is low. And the count has run full here, 3-2 to the leadoff hitter in the top of the second for the Prospects, as Volmer delivers, and it's going to be outside, ball 4, and another man on early in this ball game for the Prospects. Stepping up to the dish is the DH, number 86, Elijah Russell. Another man on this Prospects roster, part of Southeast Community College. Also another man on the roster from Nebraska, from Waverly, Nebraska, as Parker Burt helps out the man on the mound with a great stop behind the plate. And the count's going to be 1-0 to the DH in Russell. Volmer with a great pitch high and inside. And it's going to be strike 1. Russell was swinging out of his shoes on that one, trying to go deep there. As that one's going to be pumped in there, and the count is now 1-2. Volmar looking for some kind of out here, as he's going to get one on the swing and miss strikeout. Great pitch there by Volmar, dropping Russell to his knees. And that's going to bring up the second baseman, number 60, Ripken Fleck, from Omaha, Nebraska. Volmar pumping in first pitch strike, which is going to be big for him here. He's struggled with that so far this season. Needs to get ahead of hitters if he's going to want success. As this one might be 2. Witt to Wilcox over to first, and it's going to be in time as the Spuds turn 2. Smooth hands there by Witt and Wilcox, as Wilcox flipped it over to Clausius on first, and he made the stretch and got the runner by half a step. We turn to the bottom of the second here. Prospects 1, Spuds nothing. As we're back here in the bottom of the second, leading off the inning is going to be the DH, number 17, Stone Vasic. The man who's off to a hot start this year for the Spuds, as Ayala is going to pump in strike one to the DH. Vasic, his current favorite player in the MLB is Bryce Harper. As that one's going to be pumped in there, and the count is 0-2. He's surely swinging like Harper right now, seeing the ball very well, as he said in the Wyoming Medical Center Banner Health Player of the Game, as that one's going to be high to him for ball one. He said he's seeing beach balls right now, which must be a great feeling for a hitter. And he's going to look to continue that here against the Prospects, as that one's going to be chopped to third. He's going to make a great run and play. Was Hochstein slinging it over to Martin on the run after collecting on the chopper. He's going to get out Vasic here, as there's one down in the bottom of the second. And that's going to set up our catcher, number 29, Parker Burt. The man out of Mansfield, Texas. Having a little break after starting on Friday night, as he takes ball one outside. Burt, as he takes strike one. That looked a little high. I know Burt is tall, but the catcher caught that one above his head, it looked like. The count is 1-1, and Ayala delivers. That one's going to be low, bringing the count to 2-1. But Burt, his favorite player right now is Kyle Higashioka, as he swings and misses on that high heater. And the count is now 2-2 to Burt. Ayala with the payoff. And Burt is going fishing, down swinging. And 2 outs here in the bottom of the second, as our right fielder, number 9, Cannon Billingsley, looks to break the Spuds out of this mini slide. Ayala currently cruising here early on in the ball game, as no one's reached base for the Spuds. He's going to miss high and outside, bringing the count to 1-0. That one nearly hits Billingsley. He gets just out of the way, bringing the count to 2-0. Billingsley started on Friday and hasn't played since. His first game back out here on the field, as Ayala running into a little bit of trouble here early on to Billingsley. The count's going to be 3-0 with 2 down in the bottom of the second. Ayala gives the right fielder a 4-pitch walk. Bringing up the shortstop, number 2, Andrew Witt, who, as I mentioned at the top of the broadcast, has been our everyday shortstop so far here for the Spuds. Playing unbelievable defense over there at short, looking to get out of a little skid at the plate. And now would be a great time to do it. Spark a little 2-run rally, and Witt was right there with me as he comes swinging on the first pitch he sees, and the count's 0-1. Andrew from California is a LA Dodgers fan, as that one's going to miss outside, and the count is 1-1. Although he's a Dodgers fan, his favorite player in the league right now is the captain, Aaron Judge. As Witt takes that one. It's going to skip away from the catcher in Kozad, and Billingsley is going to advance down to second. The count now 2-1 after that wild pitch. Ayala reset. And here's the pitch. As that one's going to be in there for strike 2. Bottom of the second. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out for the Spuds. The runner in scoring position for Andrew Witt. As Ayala steps off the mound. And Witt is going to chop that one up and over the first base bleachers and out of play to stay alive in this at-bat. As we reset here. That one's going to be high. It almost skipped away from the catcher. He throws down to second, and it's going to get over the second baseman's head as Billingsley now advances to third. An error there on the Prospects. And a full count to Witt, with now his teammate Billingsley on third. Ayala trying to collect himself on the mound. Here's the delivery. And it's going to be pumped in there for strike 3. Witt goes down looking. Runner stranded at third in the bottom of the second as we flip the page to the top of the third. Prospects still leading 1-0.
Each day the sun will rise and fall. We face challenges, the oil field evolves, and Vault finds solutions. Privately owned with a singular focus on wellhead products and services, Vault Pressure Control was built from the ground up to face the industry challenges head on. With safety at our core, Vault's equipment and services are engineered to provide versatile solutions to fit your operational needs. Experience the evolution of wellhead.
We're back at Mike Lansing Field here. Volmar on the mound. As number 14, the shortstop, Keegan Stobie, up to the dish, the 9-hole hitter for the Prospects. Is in a 1-1 count here. After fouling off the first pitch he sees and taking that one for ball 1. That one pumped in there by Volmar. And the count is now 1-2 in favor of the Spuds pitcher. He's set. And that one is going to be ripped down the first base side and just out of play. Down that first base line. Keeping the count at 1-2. Stobie goes to Ellsworth Community College in Iowa. As that one's going to be on a little bit outside, and the count is 2-2. Iowa Falls, Iowa, to be exact, there on Ellsworth CC. As Volmar delivers here in the 2-2 count, and it's going to be low. And another full count here for the big right-hander. As he's set on the mound, the payoff pitch is going to be pumped in on the outer half for a looking strike 3. Stobie marching back to the dugout after the backwards K. And with one down in the inning, we flip back to the top of the order in Jacob Perrin. As Volmar misses low and away for ball 1. Not liking the ball that he has. He's going to get rid of it. As he looks to get back into this count here. Losing control on the first pitch. As he loses control on the second one, and it's going to be 2-0 to the right fielder. Volmar, great pitch there. Nice little heater at the top of the zone that Perrin thought he could handle. He couldn't. And the count is now 2-1. That one almost getting number 94 as he turns away. But he's going to be in a 3-1 count here with one down in the top of the third. It's going to be ripped into the left center gap. Reeves gets to it before Gifford. He fires into Witt, who's the cutoff man. And Perrin is going to be on for the second time today, this time with a stand-up double. As the center fielder, number 91, Alex Wilhelm, steps back up to the plate, the lefty, looking to drive in his fellow outfielder in Perrin over there at second, as he chops the first one he sees out of play. It's going to be strike 1. Pitch count high here for Volmar again in back-to-back starts early on in this one, as that one's going to miss. And the count's 1-1 to the center fielder from Emporia State University. Volmar keeping an eye on Perrin at second, and that one's going to miss inside for ball 2. Volmar pumps in some cheddar there, and the count's going to be even at 2-2. He gets another strikeout looking as Wilhelm marches back to the dugout. And stepping up is the most dangerous man in this Prospects lineup, number 83, Avery Moore, the senior from Purdue University. Before Purdue, he transferred from Southeast Community College, as that one misses outside for ball 1. In high school, or I apologize, as he's going to rip that one past Cale McCarville at third. They're going to wave the runner home. He's going to stop himself as the throw by Gifford was perfect. Would have been out by a mile if they did send him. Good read there by Perrin. But that's going to be runners on the corners with 2 down here in the top of the third for the Prospects. As I was mentioning with Moore, one of the more dangerous hitters in this lineup in 2024, he was second team NJCAA D1 All-American. As stepping up to the plate for the second time today is the catcher, number 97, Corey Kozad. And he's going to take strike 1 there on the outer half. Kozad. It's going to take strike 2 and quickly an 0-2 hole here with danger looming. Let's see if Volmar can work his way out of it. As he's set, the runner dancing at first. That one's going to be skied out to right field. Billingsley is going to make the play. And after giving up 2 hits, Volmar gets out of the inning. The score stays 1-0 Prospects, and we flip to the bottom of the third here at Mike Lansing Field.
Craving legendary food and service? Head on down to Texas Roadhouse in Evansville, where the steaks are hand-cut, the rolls are hot and fresh, and the energy is always high. Whether it's a family dinner or a night out with friends, Texas Roadhouse is here for you. Located at 210 Miracle Street, be sure to come hungry, and we know you'll leave happy. Legendary food, legendary service, that's Texas Roadhouse.
As we're back here in the bottom of the third at Mike Lansing Field, I feel like I say it every broadcast, but we just had another fun tradition that they do here at Mike Lansing, honoring our veterans in between the third inning as we turn to the bottom of the third. As we get back, don't forget to follow us at Spuds Baseball on Instagram for all Spuds info. As we're back to play here, it's going to be the 8-hole hitter for your Casper Spuds, the left fielder, number 10, Brett Gifford, the Casper, Wyoming kid, by way of Dakota College at Botanu, as he is going to take ball 1 on the first pitch he sees in this one. Gifford getting his first start in a Spuds uniform as he takes ball 2. He did come on as a pinch runner and played some D over the weekend. But his first time to settle into the game here as he takes strike 1 from Ayala, who has been pretty great here on the mound as he works his way back into the account, and it's now 2-2 to Gifford. Fans not happy with the call here at Mike Lansing, as that one's going to miss low and inside, and the count is full to the left fielder. Gifford showing off the arm last inning. The great throw back in to Parker Burt, keeping a run off the board, and he's going to swing and miss there in the full count. Looked like some nice off-speed there from Ayala on the mound. And we're going to go to the 9-hole hitter Back-to-back Casper kids here. Number 13, the second baseman, Caden Wilcox. Also at DCB. As he's going to take ball one high. Wilcox has played pretty well here for the Spuds through the first series against the Zap. As he's going to chop that one to the shortstop. He's going to quickly fire that over to Martin at first. And quickly, there's 2 down here in the bottom of the third. As we turn the page back to the top of the order in Elijah Reeves. Reeves is going to swing and miss on the first pitch he sees. Looked like a good slider there from Ayala. As he goes back to the inner half and misses, and the count is 1-1. Reeves flew out to the right fielder Perrin in the first. As he takes that one, and the count is 2-1. Ayala with the delivery, and that one's going to be dropped in there for strike 2. Reeves a bit upset at himself for not pulling the trigger on that one, but it was a great pitch from Ayala. As that one misses away, and the count has run full again here in the bottom of the third inning. A lot of full counts early on in this ball game. Haven't gone the Spuds' way so far. We'll see if Reeves can change that here as Ayala delivers. And that one's going to be high, and Reeves is going to earn himself a walk. A nice 2-out walk there for Reeves, hoping to spark something as the first baseman, number 30, Cody Clausius, steps back up to the plate. He grounded out to the first baseman Martin in the first inning, who took it himself to the bag. We'll see if Reeves' speed is in play here, as he is kind of jumping around at first, trying to cause a little mayhem. And Clausius takes ball one. Ayala with the pitch. Reeves goes. The throw by Kozad is going to be just high, and Reeves gets a stolen base here to get himself into scoring position, as that pitch missed as well, and the count's going to be 2-0 to... Oh, apologies. It's going to be 1-1 to Cody Clausius. As Ayala delivers, and that one is going to be chopped to first. The second baseman behind him after Martin whiffed on the ball. But his teammate there, Ripken Fleck, able to pick him up. And the Spuds, although they manufactured a guy into scoring position, are going to go down again here. Still hitless are your Spuds as we turn the page to the fourth inning. We'll be back.
Hungry for pizza that hits the spot every time? Order from Papa John's, made with fresh dough, quality ingredients, and that signature garlic sauce you love. Whether you want classic pepperoni, loaded veggie, or something new, Papa John's delivers hot, fresh, and ready to enjoy. Plus, with easy online ordering and fast delivery, your perfect pizza night is just a few clicks away. Choose Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza.
As we're back here at Mike Lansing Field, leading off the top of the fourth for the Prospects is going to be number 80, Finn Hochstein, as he fouls that one off over the first base side. And Vollmer gets ahead of the hitter here as it counts 0-1 to the third baseman. That one's going to miss a little bit high, and the count is now 1-1. Volmar misses again a bit high, and after getting ahead, he has fallen behind in this one as it swings in Hochstein's favor. But we got a bit of tug-of-war here as Volmar gets him to foul that one off again to the first base side. And we got a 2-2 count here. Volmar set. Here's the delivery. And all three misses have been high as the count has run full. All four pitches are going to be high to Hochstein, and Volmar's going to walk yet another man here as the leadoff man is on. Stepping up to the plate is the first baseman, number 2, Aiden Martin. As Volmar gets back on track and pumps that fastball in there for strike one. Could hear a great pop from up here as he checks on Hochstein over there at first. He gets back in standing. As a nice pitch there by Volmar gets Martin swinging out of his boots again. One of the few hitters Volmar has made look silly so far as the runner gets another great jump off him. They are just reading Volmar right now on the mound and getting amazing jumps as a runner. And Hochstein advances to second. The count is 1-2 to Martin, the first baseman. And he is going to go down swinging as Volmar strikes out the beer batter of the game. And the fans get fired up as some are already heading to the concession stands for $2 off all beverages. It's not just beer. The kids can get in on the fun too. As the DH steps back up to the plate, number 86, Elijah Russell. There's one down, a runner at second. Volmar's going to check on him, and he almost got him. Hochstein at the man at second, the third baseman for the Prospects, almost caught sleeping over there at second. That one's going to miss outside for ball one. Volmar, the nice pitch there. And the count is 1-1. Volmar with a long stare at second. And time is going to be called by Russell. As Volmar was having a staring contest with Hochstein. He's going to miss outside. And the count is now 2-1. He's going to miss on the outer half. Burt blocks it, but it does skip away. And another wild pitch here as the third baseman for the Prospects advances to third. And there's still only one down. The count to Russell, 3-1, as Volmar comes set. He's going to miss high. And that's going to be another man who's given a free pass. And we again have runners at the corners for the Prospects. Stepping up is the second baseman, number 60, Ripken Fleck. As he swings at the first pitch he sees and misses for strike one. Volmar looking for a big out here, somehow, some way, as he pumps that one in there. And he's put himself in a good position to do so, as the count is now 0-2 to Fleck. Volmar set. That one is going to be ripped over Andrew Witt's head at short. A run is going to score. The man at first advances to third. It's going to get away from McCarville. But Fleck advances to second on what would have been an RBI single as the throw came into third. And the danger still looming here as the Prospects jump out to a 2-0 lead. There's still only one down. The Prospects have 3 hits. They've earned a couple walks as well. A man or two hit by Volmar. And that's the reason the Prospects have an early lead in this one. As the 9-hole hitter, number 14, Keegan Stobie, takes ball 1. Volmar delivers, and Stobie is going to pop that one over on the party deck on the first base side and out of play. This Prospects team has a good resume, as Stobie is going to sky that one to Billingsley out in right. He's reading it as the runners tag. It's going to be a close play at the plate. Burt could not hold on, even if he did again. I think Russell would have been in there. But both runners advance. There are 2 down. But the Prospects get another run, and it is now 3-0. As the order turns back over to the right fielder, Jacob Perrin. But back to these Prospects, they have placed a lot of people at the college level as Perrin takes strike 1. Since 2017, as Perrin chops that one foul, and the count's 0-2. These Prospects, since 2017, as of 2024, have placed 100 players at the NCAA Division I level. As Perrin's going to sky that one to Billingsley again. He's there and makes the play. The Prospects do add on 2 more, and they take a 3-0 lead to the bottom of the 4th, with the Spuds still looking for their first hit. We'll be right back here at Mike Lansing Field. As we're back here at Mike Lansing Field in the bottom of the fourth, your Spuds in an early 3-0 hole as the Nebraska Prospects have jumped off the bus, ready to play ball here. 3 runs on 3 hits. As Cale McCarville, the third baseman, is going to lead off the inning for your Casper Spuds as they still look for their first hit of the game. And that one's going to be low to Cale for ball 1. Cale is going to swing and miss on that one. Good pitch by Ayala. Cale McCarville, his favorite player right now in the league is Nolan Arenado. As that one's going to be dropped in there by Ayala. I believe it's a slider. It's been great all night to righties in this righty-on-righty matchup. It looks like it's going to hit him, and it drops right in the zone. As he gets himself ahead 1-2, he's going to miss outside to bring the count to 2-2. But that pitch has been working for him tonight. As McCarville looks to break this hitless streak. And he's going to bloop that one. The pitcher, Ayala, is going to catch it himself. And there's going to be one down here in the bottom of the fourth. As Stone Vasic steps back up to the plate. He grounded out to second in the first. Let's see if he can show off that light tower power here again. As Ayala is going to miss low and outside for ball 1. Stone is going to get a little piece of that one, but it's into the catcher's mitt anyway. And the count is 1-1. Ayala has just been cruising so far in this ball game. As that one almost catches Vasic. But the count is now 2-1. Ayala set. Vasic ready. Here's the delivery. And he's going to swing and miss on that one. And the count is now 2-2 to Stone Vasic. Stone is DH'd in a couple of these games. He did also catch on Sunday. As he's going to swing and miss again. And that's going to be strike 3 to Stone Vasic. As Ayala continues his dominance here. The catcher, number 29, Parker Burt, looking to change that, though, here for the Spuds, who are really in need of a hit here just to get out of their heads and get themselves back into this ball game here. As Ayala delivers, and it's going to be low for ball 1. Kozad, the catcher, tried to frame it. As that one's going to be low again. And the count to Parker Burt is 2-0. Burt is going to rip that one up the middle. It's going to be his first hit of the season. And it's going to end the no-hit bid for Ayala as the Spuds finally break the streak of hitless batters. And let's see if they can spark a 2-out rally here as the Cali kid from Chino Hills, number 9, Cannon Billingsley, steps up to the plate. He's going to rip the first pitch he sees to short. He's going to go the easy way to his second baseman as Burt is out at second. And Ayala, although he gives up his first hit of the game, has still held the Spuds team scoreless. We flip to the 5th inning. The Nebraska Prospects 3, your Casper Spuds, nothing.
Looking for bold flavors and great vibes? Swing by Staho's Brewery and Tap Room, the official brewery of your Casper Spuds. Located at 1015 East C Street in Casper, locally brewed beers, rotating taps, and a chill, welcoming atmosphere make it the perfect spot to unwind. Whether you're a craft beer connoisseur or just looking to try something new, Staho's has a pour waiting for you. Great beer, great people, that's the Staho's way. See you there and go Spuds!
We're back here at Mike Lansing Field in the top of the 5th. Leading off the inning for the Prospects is going to be the center fielder, number 91, Alex Wilhelm. Volmar is going to miss outside for ball 1. That one's going to be ripped up the middle right by Volmar. Witt is going to keep it in the infield on a nice diving play there, but eats it as he's unable to get a throw off as Wilhelm was flying down the first base line on that softly hit ball right by the pitcher. And that's going to set up number 83, Avery Moore, the man out of Purdue. Volmar checks on Wilhelm, seeing if he could catch him sleeping early in this one. As he checks on him again, as these runners have gotten great jumps off of Volmar here in this one. Burt with a good block there as the count jumps to 1-0 with one man on. Volmar set. Here's the pitch. Moore is going to tattoo that one right at Reeves. He comes a couple steps in, and there's going to be one down here in this inning. Moore at Millard West High School in Omaha won the state championship as a senior and was named to the first team All-State. As the cleanup hitter, number 97, the catcher, Corey Kozad, steps back up to the dish. He's going to rip that one to third. McCarville to Wilcox. On to Clausius, and it's going to be the second double play turned here by the Casper Spuds. Although the defense was rocky to start, the boys are slinging the ball around the infield now as they turn their second double play of this ball game. And hopefully that can get some energy going for the Bats as we turn to the bottom of the 5th. Still 3-0 Prospects.
Life in Casper can throw you curveballs, blizzards, hailstorms, or the unexpected fender bender. That's why your local State Farm agents are here, ready to help you and protect what matters most. From auto and home to life and business, they've got you covered. Visit your Casper agent today and get the coverage you deserve. Local support you can count on. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
As we're back here in Casper, Wyoming, it's the bottom of the fifth. Your Spuds still scoreless. But after the fifth inning dance party and that double play turned 5-4-3 to end the top of the fifth, let's see if we can get some energy going in the bats as the shortstop, number 2, Andrew Witt steps up to the plate. He swings at the first pitch he sees and fouls that one over by the batting cages down the first base side. The count's 0-1. Witt, in the second, was caught looking for a backwards K. As he swings and misses on that one, and the count is now 0-2. Witt is going to sky that one to the second baseman. Fleck calls everyone off and makes the play, and Witt down here to lead off the fifth. As the left fielder, number 10, Brett Gifford, steps back up to the plate. Brett struck out swinging in the third inning as he takes ball one there. That one's going to miss outside, and the count's 2-0 to the Casper kid. Gifford's going to foul that one straight back. And the count's 2-1. Ayala with the delivery, and he's going to pump that one in there for strike 2. He's done a great job of that today after falling behind the Spuds hitters. He gets himself right back into the count with 2 quick strikes. And he gets Gifford to chop that one to short. It's going to be a tough play. But Stobie, with the quick scoop and throw over to his first baseman, Martin. And Gifford is going to be down on that half swing. As the other Casper kid, number 13, Caden Wilcox, steps up to the dish. And Ayala is going to skip that one to the plate for ball 1. Pretty quick game here so far. Only 5 total hits. Couple walks each way, couple hit batters. As Ayala pumps in strike 1 to even up the count. Wilcox is going to take on the inner half. 2-1 to the second baseman. As he misses outside now, does Ayala. And Wilcox hopefully in swing mode here, unless he spits on something he doesn't like. 3-1 count, 2 down here in the bottom of the 5th. And that one's going to catch the inner half as Wilcox knew it. And the count has run full. Ayala tried to go to the same spot, missed a little bit inside, and Wilcox is going to earn a 2-out walk. Setting up the leadoff hitter in the Spuds lineup, the center fielder, number 24, Elijah Reeves, who earned a 2-out walk of his own in the 3rd inning. After the walk, Reeves stole a base. Reeves shows bunt and pulls back as that one was outside. And the count is 1-0 to your Spuds center fielder. Ayala set. Reeves showing bunt again. Wilcox is going to be in there on the stolen base, getting himself in the scoring position. That was a strike to Reeves as the count is evened up at 1-1. But now Elijah, with a teammate in scoring position, looking to get the Spuds on the board here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. That one's going to be low and outside. The count's 2-1 to Reeves. Ayala set on the mound, keeping an eye on Wilcox after the stolen base. Reeves is going to chop that one just to first. It's going to be a tough play for Ayala. He can't scoop it and flip it to Martin, his first baseman. Would have been a tough play for the pitcher, but one that he probably should have made. Reeves, as we know, can fly down that first base line, and any of these bags for that matter. But he wills his way on as Wilcox advances to 3rd, and your Spuds have runners on the corners with 2 outs for the first baseman, Cody Clausius, the man out of Wilmington University, is going to take a ball on the outer half. We'll see if the Spuds maybe send Reeves and try and steal one from the Prospects, sending Wilcox after the throwdown. 2 quick guys on the bases for the Spuds that could definitely pull it off if timed correctly. But Clausius now in a great hitter's count at 2-0. Probably with a different mindset, hoping to tie this ball game up. As he rips that one, Reeves has to dance out of the way. It's going to get past the second baseman. The right fielder bobbles it. Reeves probably going to go first to 3rd anyway. He's going to get in there easily standing up, and Clausius gets the Spuds on the board here. The 2-out walk for Ayala comes back to bite him, as well as the play that he was unable to make over there at first. And your Spuds try to claw their way back into this one as the score is now 3-1. Runners again on the corners, this time for the 3rd baseman in Cale McCarville. Isn't baseball poetic? The first baseman with a single, handing it off to the 3rd baseman in McCarville with a man on 3rd as he hopes to bring in another run. He takes strike 1. He didn't like the call. He's going to rip that one in the same spot it went for Clausius, that first base side. An easy single there for McCarville as Elijah Reeves jogs into home. And your Spuds are back to life after a very slow start here through 5 innings. They get some hits. They string them together with 2 outs. And they put up 2 on the board, as this one is now 3-2 in the bottom of the 5th. Still 2 down, as Nebraska Prospects head coach Gabe Shemwell comes out to talk to his starting pitcher Ayala, who has done great until this point, as he was cruising through this inning with 2 quick outs, a walk to the 9-man Wilcox that bit him as he came around to score. Reeves with the single. Clausius with the single. And now McCarville with the single, as Stone Vasic, the DH, steps up to the plate, as Ayala was about to throw a pitch, and Vasic called late time, granted by the home plate umpire. As Vasic is going to drill that one into the right center field gap. Clausius is going to score. McCarville is going to score. And Stone is into second with a huge double, as your Casper Spuds come roaring back here in the bottom of the 5th. Stone Vasic keeps up the hot hitting, and your Casper Spuds take a 4-3 lead. This team just doesn't know how to quit. It was looking like another quick 1-2-3 inning. A walk by the 9-hole man in Wilcox. And the train keeps rolling as Vasic drives in 2. And it's going to bring up the catcher, number 29, Parker Burt. As Burt comes up swinging and missing on the first pitch. Huge double there by Stone Vasic to give the Spuds this lead. As Burt is going to drive that one deep to left. And on the warning track, Avery Moore is going to make a nice grab right near the wall. Burt put a charge into that one, just a couple feet from getting out of here. But Stone Vasic with the big swing in this one, as the Spuds put up a 4 spot in the bottom of the 5th and take a 4-3 lead into the 6th. We'll be right back.
When it comes to reliable infrastructure, Dura-Line and Casper is leading the way. As a trusted manufacturer of high-performance conduit and cable protection, Dura-Line helps power the connections that keep Wyoming and the world running strong. From broadband to energy, their innovative solutions are built to last in any environment. Represented in Casper, trusted everywhere, Dura-Line, creating connections that matter.
We're back here in the top of the 6th inning. The Spuds with a huge bottom of the fifth to take the lead after being down 3-0. Volmar still on the mound. As on the first pitch, Witt is going to sling it over to Clausius. And the third baseman, Finn Hochstein, is down on the first pitch he sees here in the top of the 6th inning. And now stepping up is the first baseman, number 2, Aiden Martin. It's the beer batter of the game who has already struck out tonight in this one. The fans at Mike Lansing getting very excited earlier in the ball game when that happened. Saw beers flowing, Pepsis, all of it, all around the park here. As Martin fouled that one off and the count was 0-1. He's going to foul that one off again down the first base side. It's going to land on top of the BB cages over there. And the beer batter in an early 0-2 hole here as Volmar looked like he dropped in a quick strike 3. Blue disagreed, and the count is 1-2. Volmar set again as Mike Lansing comes to a roar. And that one's going to be fouled down again to the first base side. And going to hit the netting on the batting cage. Not land on top of it this time, but Martin fouling all his balls off to the same area as Volmar is set. And he's going to rip that one at Reeves. He's got to take a couple steps back. And he makes the play. Quickly 2 down here in the top of the 6th. Volmar, so far with his best inning of work here, making quick work of these prospect hitters as the DH steps up to the plate again, number 86, Elijah Russell. That one is going to miss a little bit high and inside. It's going to be ball 1 to Russell, the DH. Volmar with the delivery. And Russell is going to swing and miss on that one. Count now 1-1. Little half swing there by Russell, called by Blue at home that he went, as he was a bit confused on that offering by Volmar. And Volmar, a pitch away from a quick 1-2-3 inning. I believe it would be his first of the night. As he does pump that one in there for a called strike 3. Russell goes down looking. And the energy has shifted here at Mike Lansing Field as the Spuds head to the bottom of the 6th, looking to add on to their 4-3 lead.
It's the crack of the bat, roar of the crowd, and an ice-cold Budweiser in your hand. Budweiser is the perfect companion to every pitch, hit, and home run. Brewed for those who live for the game and savor the moment. This season, make it a Bud. Budweiser. This Bud is for you.
Returning back at Mike Lansing Field, a new pitcher's on the mound for the Nebraska Prospects. Don't have a name, as the names we were given were only the starters in this one. I believe it's number 64 or 84. We apologize for those of you at home. But we do know that leading off the inning for the Casper Spuds is number 9, Cannon Billingsley. Cannon earned a walk in his first plate appearance in the second and grounded out to short in the fourth as he takes strike one there on the arm side by the new pitcher. Billingsley, the lefty, is going to swing and miss, and it's quickly going to be an 0-2 hole for our right fielder tonight, the man from Fullerton College. As the pitcher set and delivers, and it's going to be a 1-2-3 strikeout there for number 64. Billingsley goes down by way of the K, and it's going to bring up the shortstop, number 2, Andrew Witt. Andrew pops that one high and up over the first base bleachers and out of play. Andrew, a backwards K in the second, and a pop out high to the second baseman, as that pitch by this new pitcher, number 64, was nasty. It looked like it was going to hit Witt, and it drops right into the zone as he's working quickly. Same pitch, he misses just inside. Good eye there by Witt. That's going to be 1 ball and 2 strikes. That one up and over Witt's head as the pitcher lost control on that one and takes his time collecting himself, getting himself back on the mound. Witt looking to break a little skid here at the plate. 2-2 count with only 1 down in the bottom of the 6th, and that one's going to be a called strike 3. Fans here giving it to the umpire at home plate, as that one looked like it was on the outer half. And Witt is going to go down by way of the K again in this one. 2 strikeouts back to back, swinging and then looking now for this new pitcher, as the left fielder, number 10, Brett Gifford, steps up to the plate. And in a pitch that was in the exact same spot that he just rung up Witt on, is going to be called ball 1. That pitcher is smart. He's going to the same spot that he got the call against Witt, but he's missing just a little bit too far outside of the zone, and it's going to be 2-0 to Gifford as he lines that one up over the party deck out in first. A kid over there was tracking it well. I lost sight of him behind the bleachers, but he might have just made a great play over there. Could be a future Spud in the making, as that one's going to be high and inside. And after the foul ball on that pitch, the count is now 3-1 to the left fielder. Gifford struck out in the third, grounded out in the fifth, as he's going to fly that one to the second baseman in Fleck, and he's going to make the play. A quick 1-3 inning for the man out of the pen for the Prospects, and this one's still tight as we flip to the 7. Your Spuds do have the lead, though. It's 4-3 as we take a break. We're back here in Casper, Wyoming, in a fun ball game here as we head to the top of the 7th. Volmar still on the mound for your Casper Spuds, and the man who just put away the bottom of the 6th for the Prospects, Ripken Fleck, the second baseman, stepping up as he rips that first pitch that he sees. Reeves is on it, and he makes the play. One pitch in the inning, one down here in the top of the 7th, as Volmar, as this game has gone on, has caught a groove. It was looking like it was going to be a similar start to his opening night one that, as we all know, was nothing like Ty normally is. And he's bouncing back here tonight in a big way, the ace for the Spuds, trying to put his team on his back after a big 5th run, bottom of the 5th for the Spuds. And the count, after missing on the first, he's going to drop that one in there, and it's going to be 1-1 to the shortstop, Keegan Stobie. He's going to get Stobie to swing and a miss at that offering. Volmar working quick against these Prospects hitters as he's going to pump in a fastball for another looking strikeout. Volmar, as I mentioned, catching a bit of a groove, sending down the shortstop by way of a backwards K, and the order flips back to the top for the Prospects, number 94, Jacob Perrin. Volmar, another beautiful pitch and a called strike. 2 down here in the top of the 7th, as he's going to pump in another strike, and the count is now 0-2. Perrin still hasn't taken the bat off his shoulder in this at-bat. Volmar looking to get him as he misses on the outer half, and it's now 1-2. Volmar with the delivery, and Perrin's going to foul that one off to stay alive. Count remains at 1-2. Volmar set. And on a little half swing, Clausius is going to collect and take it himself. And a nice 1-2-3 inning again there for Volmar, as he's settled into this ball game better late than never. And the Spuds carry the 4-3 lead to the bottom of the 7th. As we stretch here at Mike Lansing Field, we're going to lead off the bottom of the 7th with the 9-man, Caden Wilcox. We're going to take a brief break. We'll be right back.
Action Glass is here for all your residential glass needs. Shower doors and enclosures, window replacements, and repairs. Again, call Action Glass at 307-266-1111.
As we return here in the bottom of the 7th, The second baseman, Caden Wilcox, looking to add some insurance here for the Spuds. He was the man who sparked the rally in the 5th inning with a 2-out walk. He also stole a base to get into scoring position as he swings on the first pitch he sees. And the count is 0-1. Wilcox, his favorite player in the MLB right now, Ellie De La Cruz. As the same pitcher from last inning, who had a quick 1-2-3 for the Prospects, is out again. He misses on that one. The count's 1-1. That pitch is working. I believe it's a slider. Both pitchers for the Prospects with great sliders that start on the inner half and work its way into the zone as Wilcox tattoos that one by the third baseman. Shortstop unable to get to it as well, and Wilcox having himself a pretty good day at the plate. Gets a leadoff single here for the Spuds as the order flips back over to the top in number 24, Elijah Reeves. Elijah, his favorite player in the MLB right now is Mookie Betts. He's also an LA Dodgers fan. A common theme on this Spuds team. Couple Cali kids. Couple kids not from Cali who just like to support winning baseball teams. Can't be mad at that as Reeves takes strike one. Pitcher on the mound is set. He's keeping an eye on Wilcox. But he's going to miss high. And the count's even. Wilcox with a pretty small lead. As Reeves rips that one right at the center fielder, his counterpart. He makes a couple steps, makes the catch, gets it in quickly. As there's now one down in the inning. Misclicked earlier in this one. And it's going to flip to the first baseman, Cody Clausius, who had a single of his own in that 5th inning rally, similar to Reeves and similar to the man on deck. As that one runs inside, and Clausius is up in this count 1-0. Clausius, mentioned earlier in the broadcast, Alex Bregman is his current favorite player in the MLB as he takes ball 2 on the outer half. His all-time favorite, love the consistency as he is a Red Sox fan, is Big Papi David Ortiz. One of the best designated hitters of all time. And Clausius in a great hitter's count at 3-0. Clausius 1 for 3 on the day. As I mentioned, a single in the 5th. Went 3 unassisted in the 1st. And a ground out to second in the 3rd. As it's going to be a 4-pitch walk here to Cody. And the Spuds have 2 men on with only 1 out. As the third baseman steps up to the plate, number 22, Cale McCarville. Cale and Clausius, who is now on first, both with RBIs in this ball game here during that 5th inning rally. Both of them with singles. As now 5 straight balls to these Spuds hitters after a 1-2-3 6th. When he came in out of the pen for relief for the Prospects, pitcher on the mound spiraling a little bit here as Wilcox goes for third. Nice swim move there by him. He might have been out if the third baseman for the Prospects, and Hochstein was able to hold on. It was a pretty good throw by Corey Kozad, the catcher. But it squeaks away, and Wilcox is going to be on third as there's runners on the corners. That pitch was a called strike, bringing the count to 1-1 with one out here in the bottom of the seventh. Good pitch there on the outer half. McCarville, I believe, a little bit frustrated at himself, but that was a very good pitch. Could be frustrated at the home plate umpire. Let's see if he takes it out on this baseball here in this 1-2 count, as that one's going to miss low and away. The count's even again. Wilcox, after a walk in the fifth and a single here in the seventh, another stolen base for him. That's going to be 2 on the day. As McCarville fouls that one back and stays alive in the 2-2 count. McCarville, that one's going to drop in right in front of the center fielder. Wilcox waiting to see if it was going to fall in. It does. He's going to come in to score his second run of the game. McCarville, his second RBI of this game, both on singles. And it's going to set up the man who grabbed the lead for the Casper Spuds in the fifth inning with a 2-out, with the RBI double. Stone Vasic, the DH. 2-out, 2 RBI double. That's what I was looking for there. Words are hard sometimes. And the Spuds have 2 men on again. As that one was fouled, tipped into the mitt for strike 1. There's still only 1 down in this inning. Spuds do increase their lead to 5-3. Run support never hurts. And I know Stone Vasic's thinking the exact same thing, as that one's going to miss inside. That one on the inner half, and the count is now 2-1. That one's going to miss, and the count is now 3-1 to the DH. Already with the double today. As Vasic's going to chop that one foul behind the plate. And the count has run full here in the bottom of the seventh. 2 on for the Spuds. Only 1 out. Vasic looking to add on to his great day at the plate. He's going to swing and miss on the high cheese. Foul tipped into the mitt. And there's going to be 2 down as Vasic relays information to the catcher, number 29, Parker Burt. Parker got his first hit of the season earlier today in the 4th with a single. In the 5th, he was the last out of that rally, tattooing a ball out to left. That was a couple feet from getting out of this ballpark. His second ball that he's crushed like that this season that just hasn't gotten over the fence. As with 2 down, he takes strike 1. That one narrowly misses Burt. It's thrown behind him, and the runners are both going to advance now into scoring position. McCarville on second, Clausius on first. Third, excuse me. And the count even at 1-1 for the tall catcher. He's going to rip that one to the second baseman. Fleck is going to flip it over to Martin. And that's going to be the 3rd out here in the bottom of the 7th. But your Spuds do add some insurance. We head to the 8th. Spuds 5, Prospects 3. We'll be right back. We are back here at Mike Lansing Field. The new pitcher on the mound out of the pen for your Casper Spuds is going to be number 5, Dryden Cousins. The man from Fort Scott Community College out of Fort Scott, Kansas, is going to miss on the first pitch he throws in this one. Outside, ball 1. That one's also going to miss outside. And the count is now 2-0. Cousins misses again high and outside. And the count is now 3-0. He gets back on track and pumps in strike 1. Gets a big swing and miss there. And the count is full. Cousins looking to bounce back after digging himself into a 3-0 hole. and he has given himself a chance here. The 3-2 count. Alex Wilhelm, the lefty, is going to foul that one off. I was looking for the number this whole at bat. I apologize. And that one's going to get away from Cousins. It's going to end up being a walk. And the leadoff man here in the top of the 8th is on for the Prospects, setting up number 83, Avery Moore, the left fielder. I didn't get this one off, but at Southeast Community College before he transferred to Purdue, he slashed .397, .475, and .703 in that 2024 year at Southeast CC. 14 doubles, 13 homers, 65 RBIs for Moore. As he took ball one, that one's going to drop in there for Cousins, and the count is 1-1. Moore is going to chop that one. It's going to get by Clausius at first. Would have been a tough play. Unfortunately, he couldn't knock it down either, as Wilhelm goes first to third. And with nobody down in this inning, in a 2-run game, the Prospects have runners on the corners, setting up the catcher, number 97, Corey Kozad. Volmar, who was the starter for the Spuds, went 7 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned, 3 runs, 3 walks, 7 strikeouts for Volmar. As Kozad rips the first pitch he sees up into the first base bleachers. Cousins looking for a big first out here, as that one's going to miss low and inside, and the count is 1-1. Kozad was teammates with the man at first base, Avery Moore, as Kozad rips that one to Elijah Reeves in center. He's going to make the play. He comes up firing. Throw is just a bit offline. Wilhelm's going to come in to score. That leadoff walk bites Cousins. And the lead has shrunk. That insurance run was huge for the Spuds in the bottom of the 7th. It is now 5-4. With 1 out, a man on first, and the third baseman, Finn Hochstein, stepping up to the plate. But Kozad, the man who just got the RBI sac fly there, was teammates with Moore in high school and was a junior on the state championship team that was led by Moore. As Cousins pumps in a first pitch strike to the third baseman. Cousins set. That one's going to be low. Burt fires down, trying to catch Moore sleeping over there at first. And he gets back in just in time. The count's 1-1. Cousins delivers, and that one's going to plunk the third baseman, Hochstein. There's going to be 2 men on, still only 1 down. And Hochstein passes the torch to the first baseman, number 2, Aiden Martin. Cousins is set. He delivers as both runners break. That one's going to skip away. And as he was stealing, he's going to come all the way home. Unbelievable. Avery Moore, who was on second and Finn Hochstein, the man who was just hit by the pitch, both were in motion. That ball skipped away from Burt. Moore comes all the way around from second to home on the wild pitch. And this game is now tied at 5-5. And a runner is on third with still only one down. An unbelievable turn of events here for the Spuds, as that insurance run is proving ever more important, with still only one down here in the top of the 8th. The Spuds are leading in the hit category with 7. The Prospects at 5. They were at 4, I believe, early on in this game. And then Volmar caught fire, as I mentioned, striking out 7 hitters today. But a lot of errors, 3 to be exact, on the Spuds. A couple wild pitches. And this ball game's all knotted up at 5 here late, as Cousins, after digging himself into a 2-0 hole, gets a swing and a miss there on Martin, and the count's 2-1 to the big first baseman, as he's going to chop that one up the middle. The Spuds infield was playing in to try and prevent the runner from coming home, who was on third, and the Nebraska Prospects take a 6-5 lead as they put up a 3 spot here in the top of the 8th. After the RBI single by the first baseman Martin, he's going to hand it off to the DH, Elijah Russell. As he pumps that one in there for strike 1, does Cousins. He's going to fire that one in there. It's going to be chopped. Ripped, I should say. Foul down the first base line. And the count's 0-2 to the DH, as Cousins pumps that one in there for a late called strike 3. He gets Russell looking, and there's 2 down here in the top of the 8th on a nice 3-pitch strikeout there by Cousins, who came in struggling with his control a little bit, as this one is spiraled away from the Spuds. And the second baseman, Ripken Fleck, comes up swinging on the first pitch he sees. 0-1. Cousins is going to get Fleck to chop it to third. McCarville goes to Wilcox at second. And the Spuds, although they give up the lead, are down 1 as we turn to the bottom of the 8th. The Nebraska Prospects lead this one by a score of 6-5.
If you're visiting Casper for business, adventure, or just passing through town, Best Western has you covered. With clean, comfortable rooms, free hot breakfast, and a staff that treats you like family, you'll feel right at home, whether near or far. With 3 convenient locations, Best Western in Casper is your base camp for everything Wyoming. Book your stay and rest easy today.
We're back here in the bottom of the 8th at Mike Lansing Field as nightfall falls on to the field and the lights come on. The right fielder, number 9, Cannon Billingsley, is going to lead off the 8th for the Spuds, as they have fallen behind in this one after clawing their way back into the ball game, as the pitcher on the mound is still the same guy from the 6th inning. He came out hot with a 1-2-3, gave up a run in the 7th, and is back here in the 8th as Billingsley is in a 1-1 count. Cannon, a walk, grounded out to short, and struck out in this ball game. As the count jumps to 2-1. Now it's 3-1. Be huge for the Spuds to grab that run back here in the 8th, so their backs aren't against the wall in the 9th, and they can maybe get a walk-off in front of these home fans. As Billingsley takes that one on the inner half, and the count is run full. Billingsley pops that one up to his counterpart out in right, and Perrin was under it to make the play. One down here in the bottom of the 8th, as Andrew Witt steps back up to the dish. Hitless here today with 2 Ks. Couldn't think of a better time to break out of a streak. A hitless streak, I should say. As Andrew steps in, he's going to check his swing. And they go down to the first base umpire, and he's going to ring him up for strike 1. Witt chops that one outside of the third base bag and foul. And he's quickly in an 0-2 hole here. Witt stays alive. Good pitch there by the Prospects reliever. Witt with an even better eye. And the count's 1-2. Witt stays alive. Fouling that one straight back. As number 64 tries to get through his 3rd inning of work here for the Prospects. Would be massive for their pen, as this is only game 1 of a 4-game set here at Mike Lansing Field. We'll be playing at 6:30 every day up till Friday when we close out the series. As the umpire's going to ring up Witt. He goes down looking again on a questionable pitch. And Witt can't seem to shake the monkey off his back right now, at least at the plate. as we have a pinch hitter for the left fielder. It was Brett Gifford out there in left. But coming in is number 19, Hunter Billingsley, the lefty. With 2 men down here in the bottom of the 8th. And that one's going to miss outside for ball 1. Billingsley went 0 for 2 yesterday with the sac fly. Yesterday, I should say Sunday, as he swings and misses on that one. The count's 1-1. He had an RBI in the closeout game of the doubleheader on Sunday. As that one misses high, and the count's now 2-1. As a deafening silence has fallen over here at Mike Lansing Field after the Prospects regained the lead. The count's now 3-1. Be a great time to get some energy in this stadium, and hopefully Billingsley can will his way on and we spark another 2-out rally. As the man who has taken walks all season so far early on in this one earns himself another one. And he's going to pass the torch to the second baseman, number 13, Caden Wilcox, who has had a great day at the plate today. As that one misses outside for ball 1. Wilcox swings and misses. Kozad throws down as Billingsley was getting a big secondary lead over there at first, but he gets back in safely, and the count is now 1-1 to the second baseman. Wilcox, good eye there, taking that one, that slider that came through the entire strike zone and ended up damn near in the dirt. Wilcox with a big swing and miss there. And the count's evened up at 2-2. Keeping an eye on Billingsley at first as he comes and delivers. And that one's going to get just over the party deck over there on the first base side and out of play. Wilcox is going to foul that one off as Perrin gave it a look over by the Spuds bullpen down the first base line out and right, but it ends up foul. Caden Wilcox has put together great at-bats all night tonight. And he's looking for another big one here. As that one misses outside and the count is full, they throw down and try and catch Billingsley sleeping again, but he does get back in safely. Here's the payoff pitch. Wilcox fights it off. Again over by the Spuds bullpen. And he stays alive. 3-2 count. 2 outs. 1 man on. Prospects lead it 6-5 after retaking the lead with a 3-run top of the 8th. Here's the payoff pitch, and that one's going to plunk Wilcox in the back. He's on for the 3rd time today. And the order is going to flip back over to the man who led the ILB in batting average last season, number 24, Elijah Reeves. As the Prospects, the infield coming in to have a little meeting on the mound as they try and get this last out and head to the final frame with a run lead. Great at bat there again by Wilcox. Really working the Prospects pitchers all night as Reeves is going to take ball 1 low and away. Elijah 1 for 3 tonight with a walk as he rips that one just foul down the third base line. And the count's evened up at 1-1. Reeves flew out to right in the first, walked in the third, a single in the 5th during that huge 4-run rally for the Spuds, and flew out to center in the 7th. As that one nearly catches him, and the count is 2-1 to Elijah Reeves. Here in a big spot in this ball game, Spuds looking to claw back into it again. And an unbelievable call there by the home plate umpire. The catcher, Corey Kozad, did a good job framing it, snatching it from out of the strike zone and pulling it in, but the count is even at 2-2. Reeves is going to sky that one to right. Perrin's there to make the play. And the Spuds, with 2 on, unable to get that tying run here in the 8th. They'll have 3 more outs as we turn to the 9th inning. Spuds looking to hold the score at 6-5. We'll be right back. We're back here in the top of the 9th inning at Mike Lansing Field. New pitcher on the mound for your Casper Spuds, number 4, Nicholas Kambulu Doherty. The man out of Richmond, California, looking to hold the lead where it is and give the Spuds a fighting chance to claw their way back into this one in the bottom of the 9th and maybe even walk it off. But before we get that, we need 3 outs here on defense, as the shortstop, Keegan Stobie, shows bunt. He has to pull back as that one was coming toward his head. And the count's 1-0. Kambulu Doherty here in an early 2-0 hole as he's set and delivers. That one's going to be pumped in there for strike 1. Doherty pumps in strike 2. And apparently one of those pitches that I thought was called a strike was called a ball. The count was actually 3-1. And the leadoff man, the shortstop for the Prospects, earns himself a walk as the right fielder steps back up to the plate, number 94, Jacob Perrin. Kambulu Doherty went 2/3 of an inning on Friday in the home opener. Gave up a couple runs due to a couple walks and a wild pitch. As after he missed on the first pitch, Perrin fouls that one off over the first base side, and the count's evened up at 1-1. As Doherty misses down and away, the count's now 2-1 to the right fielder. Runner goes at first. Throw by Burt is going to be just offline as Wilcox slapped the tag on as soon as he got the ball. It was just a bit to the left of the bag. Wilcox tried to pull it back into the running path of Stobie, but not in time, as this count is now 3-1. And it's going to be a walk. It's going to skip away from Burt. And with nobody out, there are runners at the corners for the Nebraska Prospects after the stolen base and wild pitch. And just like that, Kambulu Doherty is going to be pulled from this one. He only sees 2 runners and gets the hook from manager Will Iannacone. But stepping up to hopefully dig the Spuds out of this hole is the right-hander, number 23, Jake Martinez, the man out of Houston, Texas. One of the few pitchers on opening night to have a great performance, going an inning and 2/3. Martinez struck out 4 batters, didn't give up a run, and pumped some juice into Mike Lansing Field on Friday when all looked bleak. Let's see if the righty can do the same here late in this one, as we're going to take a quick break as Martinez gets warm. Prospects 6-5 with runners on the corners, top of the 9th. And we're back here at Mike Lansing Field as Martinez is on the mound for your Spuds with runners on the corners. Now batting for the visiting Nebraska Prospects is the center fielder, number 91, Alex Wilhelm. Martinez is going to miss low and away for ball 1. He's going to miss high and outside, and the count's now 2-0. Martinez is set, and here's the pitch as runner goes. It's going to break up the double play. A run will come in for the Prospects. Seems like a little hit and run put on there by the Prospects, and Wilhelm gets the job done as Perrin advances to second. A run does come in. It is now 7-5. As the left fielder, Avery Moore, steps up to the plate. Martinez keeping an eye on Perrin at second after he took off. And that one's going to be pumped in there for strike 1. Martinez gets Moore to foul that one off. And he comes out throwing strikes after getting the first out of the inning. Martinez looking to add to his strikeout repertoire here as that slider had crazy movement. It somehow didn't hit Moore. Burt was unable to come up with it. And on the... As a scorer, I might say that was the pass ball. But either way, whatever it is, runner down to third. 1 ball, 2 strikes, only 1 down here in the top of the 9th. As Moore is going to sky that one deep to right. And that one's going to bounce up against the wall, but just foul. Inches foul. I personally thought that one got down in fair territory, but thankfully the umpire saw it differently. And Martinez is still alive as Moore collects himself and steps back into the batter's box. As the count remains at 1-2, the Prospects, with 4 runs in the last 2 innings, to regain the lead and add some insurance as the score is now 7-5. Infield is in with the runner on third. And Martinez is going to drop in some nasty slider that Getches Moore looking. Started in at his knees and dropped into the strike zone. And there's now 2 down in this ball game. There's a runner still on third. The catcher, Corey Kozad, looking to bring in his teammate, while Martinez looking to keep the Spuds in this ball game as he delivers. And that one's going to be dropped in there for strike 1. Martinez so far this season with some great stuff from the mound as he's set. And he's going to drop that one in on the outer half for strike 2. Big part of his success has been getting ahead of these hitters, throwing strikes, as he's 1 strike away from getting out of the jam he was handed. And that one is going to be chopped to Clausius at first. Martinez covers, and the Spuds get out of the inning. Only 1 earned after Martinez was handed a rough situation out of the pen there. He does his job, keeps the game close, and the Spuds go to the 9th, down 2, looking for some magic. We'll be right back. We are back here in the bottom of the 9th. The Spuds down by 2 with 3 runs to make it happen. As the 2-hole hitter, the first baseman, number 30, Cody Clausius, steps up to the plate. The ever-important leadoff man here in the bottom of the 9th, looking to get on. As it's the same pitcher on the mound for the Prospects, he's going to pump in a heater on the outer half for strike 1. Clausius, 1 hit today, an RBI as well, as he rips that one over the shortstop set for a leadoff single. He's going to turn and go for second, as Moore just collected it and got it in. Clausius with a big leadoff double here, as your Casper Spuds look to start a late 9th inning rally. And we're in a good part of the order to do so, As stepping up to the plate is the third baseman, number 22, Cale McCarville. McCarville has 2 singles today as he takes ball 1 high. Spuds needing runs. 3 outs to do so, man on, as McCarville is now in a good hitter's count at 2-0. 2 singles, 2 RBIs for Cale as the Prospects pitcher delivers, and that one is going to catch the inner half as the fans here at Mike Lansing Field don't agree with the home plate umpire. But the count stays 2-1. No ABS system here yet, as that one's going to miss high and away. And McCarville, one of the best hitters so far in this early season for the Casper Spuds, looking to find a way on by way of the walk or by crushing a pitch here, as that one is going to be skied high to the shortstop. And Stobie makes the play. 1 down here in the bottom of the 9th as the DH, number 17, Stone Vasic, steps up to the plate. Stone, in the 5th inning, had the big hit, a 2-out, 2 RBI double that snagged the lead for the Spuds when they were down early in this one, as he takes strike 1. Vasic swings and misses on that pitch on the outer half. And the count's now 0-2 to the DH. Stone got to really lock in here to work his way back into this count, as that one misses high and inside. And that's a good start, as the count's now 1-2. Again, if you for some reason missed it on Sunday, Stone Vasic, the only home run of the Spud season so far, would be awesome if he could do that again here, as the pitch is going to be outside. And he does, slowly but surely, claw his way back into this count, as it's now 2-2. Vasic, the man out of Houston, Texas. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That one is going to be high and inside again, and the count is now full. Great job by Stone to work his way back into this count and give himself a fighting chance here, as it's full with 1 down, runner on second. Here's the pitch, and Vasic's going to come up swinging, missing. And there's now 2 down in the bottom of the 9th. Last chance for your Casper Spuds is number 29, the catcher, Parker Burt, who got his first hit of the season earlier in this one in the 4th inning. A nice little single by Parker. In the 5th, he tattooed a ball out to left that almost left the park, but fell just short as he takes strike 1. And the chances for the Spuds are slowly but surely dying out here, as the pitcher for the Prospects, still no name on him, apologies for that, pumps in strike 2. And Burt swings and misses. The Prospects with an all-around great game here tonight. Back and forth after jumping out to an early 3-0 lead and blowing it in the bottom of the 5th when the Spuds scored 4 straight. The Prospects, with a big 3-run 8th inning, claw their way back into the win column and take this one from the Casper Spuds by score of 7-5. Stay right here. We're going to have the Wyoming Medical Center Banner Health Player of the Game. We'll be right back as your Spuds fall 7-5 here in this one. Ladies and gentlemen, we apologize for the mix-up here. We actually do not have a player of the game tonight. Your Casper Spuds fall to the visiting Nebraska Prospects 7-5. We will be back tomorrow right here at Mike Lansing Field. Same time, 6:30 start. Stream should start around 6:15. Thank you everyone for listening in, and we will see you tomorrow night. Have a good one, everybody. This is Moses Firmino signing off.